Good morning, everybody, from our homestead. All right, so if you guys haven't seen, I'll have Amy post a video up here of us building our pump house last year because of the frost and the freeze. We didn't want our tank to freeze up. Unfortunately, at that time, at one point, I guess we had lost our Insta-Hot tank. A lot of you, I've heard a lot of people talking, asking about, you know, what they should do for hot water on their homestead, or what they should do for hot water in their tiny home. Well, there's a few alternatives that you can use. Propane's one of them that you can use for a hot water tank. We did get that. It does work. It does last a long time. I think the one that we put in there, we have been running now on 6 months on a 5-gallon tank. The tank's still half full, so we'll probably get maybe a year out of it. The reason for the use of it is not that we don't use it enough. We use it all the time. It's just with the prices going up and everything, you can't be wasteful. So try not to be wasteful. We're gonna do a video on that later on down the road, so you guys can kind of get to see about the Insta-Hot tank and how it works for us. Now, I'm gonna take you into our pump house. I've had a few people ask me about the pump house and how we have it set up and how it could help you out. Thanks, Hey. Every time I get on the video, Hey's got to come in and he's got to notify he's there. He's the main rooster. He's the boss of the hens. Thank you, Hey. I appreciate it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you inside. I'm going to show you a brief setup of what we did. Now, remember, this was in a rush for us to get this set up, and we haven't touched it until now. It's the fall. I wanted to wait for it to cool down, but I made a few mistakes, as homesteaders do. You make mistakes and you learn from them. And it wasn't so much a mistake, it was about finances. At the time, we didn't have a lot of finances. So when I go through, I'll explain to you what mistake I made, how we're going to correct the mistake now, and how it's going to work out to benefit us and our homestead at the same time. So let's go. I'll take you in there and you guys can kind of see what we've done inside there. Now, it's going to be a little dark. There ain't going to be a lot of light, but I'll try to set it up so at least you can see everything that I've done, and maybe this will help you out. I'm hoping it does. The way we have it set up now is only temporary. And another previous video for our pump, for our well, we've run the lines. The plan is to run the water lines inside and have the Insta-Hot tank inside and not outside anymore. That's our plan, and I'm hoping to do that within the next month. So let's get to it and I'll show you. All right, guys, so I'm inside the pump house right now. This is not only our pump house, but it was a storage area for my tools. It was also an area for us to take showers. It's only temporary. It's something to get you by. It works, it does its job. We haven't insulated anything or done anything on the inside that we are going to do now, that you guys are going to see in the next couple of videos. It's been a hell of a setup for us to live this way. When you go from the city, bunch of city slickers, coming out to the country and living the way we did, we had to build all this stuff. We had to get ourselves ready. We had to have a place. I had at one point a small shower house that I built where the garden was at, and I had moved that into here when we built the pump house because we were worried about the tank freezing. Now the tank is outside right now. The tank used to sit back here. It doesn't sit back there anymore because now we're going to actually have water run into here, and we're actually going to plumb this out for a temporary shower, of course, for right now. But what we want to do is we want to run it to where we can go into the house and plumb out the house, which we're going to also do. You'll get to see a video of that also. So let's get down to the brass tacks of things. All right, homesteading is not easy. Water is not valuable like it is when you're living in the city. It's just turn on the faucet and the water's there. When we first got out here, we had to lug totes of water, so we'd have to fill up the tote, bring it all the way here, pump the tote out into another tote, and that tote would be our existing tote that would stay all the time. Totes are a lifesaver on the homestead. Just make sure though, when you buy your totes, either buy them new, or if you're gonna buy them on Facebook Marketplace or something, find out where the tote and what the tote's been used for. The ones we got were from a brewery. It had the one tote that we used to take showers with, had a mango concentrate that they used to make beer with. So the first couple times we took showers, all we smelt were mangoes, and at least we know where it came from. The other 2 totes that we had were actually holding tanks for OJ, for orange juice concentrate, and that was also used in beer. So all the totes that we got came from actually a brewery in Tennessee that was doing specialty brews like a mango beer or a orange beer, you know. But we got those and we knew what to come in, and some of them carry chemicals. You got to be safe about the chemicals, because the chemicals can hurt you, can make you sick, can possibly even kill you if it soaks into your skin. So you got to be very vigilant about where you're getting your totes from. So make sure to check, smell, find out. And if you don't feel safe about that, go out and spend I don't know, I guess they're $530 a tote now, and buy yourself a brand new tote and start with a new tote. The totes that we have now that we don't use anymore have been used as water catchment systems for our garden to run our irrigation that we're going to set up next year. So nothing goes to waste on the homestead. Remember that. All right, so you see I just rough framed this out real quick, and we've had some problems. We didn't have a lot of money, so I had some tin roof that I had gotten from somebody for free, and I used that thinking that would last. Well, it didn't last. I had a lot of leaks, a lot of holes from pre-drilled holes that were put in it, and now the time is we're going to put a brand new roof on here, brand spanking new roof on here. And the screws I used, I don't know if you can see them. Nope, you really can't, but let me see if I can't pan up. All right, here's a screw. I don't know if you can see it on my finger, but that is an 1.5 inch screw. And when I come in here, I always got to crouch because I'm scared I'm going to scratch my top of my head or cut my head open. So those will all be gone today. I can't wait to get this done. This is kind of a big situation for us. Now that the pump house is slowly turning, we're not going to tear it down or get rid of it. We're going to keep it. So we have storage, and all this will become storage in here. I keep my tools in here, and this little area where our shower's at, that I'm going to show you here in a second, is where I'm going to make just some shelves, and I'll be able to put my equipment, and I'll be able to put some nuts and some screws and all that. So when I come into the pump house, I'll know where all my stuff's at. And this is only temporary. It gets us through until we get the shower put in the tiny home. Now, we have found a shower for our tiny home. We do want to put one in there. The problem is you can't get anything right now. So the shower's on hold. Otherwise, I'd probably be putting a shower in right now. But the shower's on hold because they don't have all the parts to the shower that I need. Well, why get a shower if I can't put it in? I mean, it's just a waste of money. I'm going to have half of a shower done. I don't like doing that. I want to have all the stuff together so I can do it and finish it. I'm going to start taking showers in the tiny house, which is going to be really nice. I can't wait. I'm actually really excited about that, because during the winter time, let me tell you, we didn't insulate this. So last year when we came in here, we had to turn our thermostat up on our InstaHot tank to about 150 degrees to get the water to level out because of how cold it was in the totes, to where you could take a decent hot shower. Now the other problem was we didn't really have ventilation in here. So by not having ventilation in here, and you don't want to keep the door open, it would get so foggy and steamed in here that you couldn't even see. So it didn't help wearing glasses either. So these are the problems that we ran into that we found out about. Now you see a bunch of these little lights. Now these are the porch lights. Amy was complaining because she had to come out here and get a shower either early in the morning when the sun was coming up, or she had to get a shower and leave the door open so she could see, or put a flashlight. Not really. So what I did is I had some of these porch lights here, and I took them and I just ran them in here real quick just to light the area up. And it worked. It's been working. We haven't had no problems. I mean, we're not getting it covered in water and stuff where you're going to get electrocuted. It's the last thing we want to do. But it does give you light in here. Let me take you into the shower now, and I'm going to show you what I did into the shower. So, all right, I'm going to climb in here right now. All right, let's get that light bulb out of the way. Okay, so this is our temporary shower. So what I went and did is I went to one of the box stores, Lowe's or Home Depot, and I bought this shower. I bought a CPVC adapter, and I screwed it together, and I've got it run down to 90, and I got it held up here. It's just the right height for Amy. As you can see, it's definitely not the right height for me, but it worked. It got us showers every day, it kept us clean, and we were able to. Now for drainage, for gray water drainage, well, we have a hole down here that dumps into a bucket, and that's where all our water goes. So when you take a shower, we figured it out, we're only using not even 5 gallons of water when we take a shower. So we're able to pull that bucket out, we're gonna tape that bucket and dump it over in the woods, scatter it out so it spreads it out, and it's not gonna hurt anything. And it's what you have to do when you're living off grid. I mean, there's not a lot of choices. We are going to put 2x4s every 16 inches. So between every gap, right in between this wall, there'll be 2 2x4s. We're going to do that on this back side to get it ready. And then I'm going to have to probably go to the hardware store and get some more. I'm sorry about this being so tight knit, but this is how we live. This is how we make it on the homestead. You guys really have to think about this stuff before you come out. This was one of those situations where if we didn't do it, we'd be in big trouble. Big trouble. And for about 3 months we were doing the old style bath, where we were just heating up hot water on our gas grill, pouring it into little totes, and we'd have one for washing with clean and one for washing with dirty, or dirty and clean in that sense. But we did that. We had to. But now we got the shower and it works, and we've been using it now for a year, and it's done well. Now I'm going to take you over and show you the valve setup that I have. Now, like I said, this was just everything was inside. None of this stuff was outside, so we didn't have to worry as much. Does it get freezing here? It does. But not as bad as some of you up north who are living in some really cold states. So let's go over here. All right, so now we got our pump system, okay? Down here, I have a battery system. I'll show you that. But this is we got a C-Flow professional grade pump. This is what they use in RVs. This is what we use to pump our shower. It has to have 2.5 gallons a minute, so it's given 2.5 gallons a minute, which I never understood that, because if I'm only filling up a 5-gallon bucket, then it can't be possibly, well, I guess that's a max pump that it'll probably make. But anyway, so I've got my outlet, which goes into my supply line, right? Which goes out to my Insta-Hot tank. And that's hard lined into my Insta-Hot tank, and it's insulated. Now you got our line that is the exit line, which releases the hot water that comes out, goes directly to the shower. There's nothing stopping it from going in the shower. This is hooked up. I'm running off of 12-volt batteries. I'll show you the batteries real quick. This is our battery system we have here. Now what we do is we charge these batteries consistently. So when one battery goes dead, I hook it up to the charger, because the generator runs all day, and it'll charge the battery. Now we get about 6 months out of these batteries. So what I do is I'll buy 4 batteries, all new, and then as they go down, I rotate them. So when they stop taking charges and they stop becoming valuable, I take them back, I trade in the cores, and I get a new battery in replace of it. The first time you will have to pay for a core. Now what am I going to do after this? Well, these are going to run our irrigation system in our garden also. So once I get this set up, and we have the power coming from the generator to run our water and our Insta-Hot tank and all that, we're going to be able to take this stuff and we're going to be able to use it and purpose it in another area of the homestead. So just remember, repurpose, repurpose, repurpose. Now, as you can see, we got some sagging in the ceiling, which I should have built a wall here, and I didn't, which I'm going to do today. I will have a wall built here, which will push this up. I do have some water damage. I'll show you right here where the water damage, see where the water damage is, right here. I did try to just temporarily silicone it. It didn't work. We're going to pull this off. We're going to brace this up. We're going to get this thing real nice, and we're going to get it to work the way it's supposed to work. This was a rush scenario. It was almost winter. Well, it was winter, and we had to get it done. I already have one tote freeze up. When it freezes up, it expands. When it expands, it cracks that ball valve on the bottom of your tote, and you're done. I mean, you can get a new ball valve for it, don't get me wrong, but you're done. You have no water source, so we had to stay vigilant about that. So today, the projection, my projects for today is to get the old roof tore off, because it's going to be nice for the next couple of days. We're going to get the old roof tore off. We're going to pull that off, the metal. I got new metal out here, and we're going to put a new metal roof on it. Now, while that metal's off and it's drying out up there, I'm going to spray it down with bleach. Bleach is something that you all need to have on the homestead all the time. Bleach and water. It's a mold killer, it's a sanitizer, and it works really, really well. So if you have one thing that you need to have on your homestead all the time, is bleach. Trust me, it is valuable. It is a very valuable thing for you to have. A lot of you people can use not bleach. You can use some kind of chemical that they're making, but you can use alcohol. If you want to use alcohol, that's fine. I use bleach. Bleach will kill any black mold. Bleach will pretty much kill just about anything. But you have to know your mix ratios when you're doing your spraying stuff. So when I spray this, I'm not going to use straight bleach. I'm going to use a mixture of 1 cap per 1 spray bottle. I don't have a spray bottle in here, but 1 cap per 1 spray bottle to do the spray down, and then we'll let it sit in the sun, and what's going to happen is it's going to eat all that bacteria, and that's what you want done. So if you have a wall in your house and you're having mold problems and stuff, try to figure out a way to maybe cut it out, spray it back in there. It'll kill all the mold on the wood, and then spray the outer edge of it. That'll kill all the mold also, and it'll save you from getting sick. We haven't had a lot of mold problems in here until the roof started leaking. It was really dry, and then we had that one heavy snowfall last year, and that snow was about 6 inches ice and about 6 inches of snow on top of this roof. That's what made it do what it did. If we would have never had that, we would have never had this problem. So take that into consideration too when you're doing this stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this done. We're going to get it all cleaned up. We're going to get it all set up so it angles right. Right now I see some major issues. There's some stuff we're going to have to do. Not that I want to, but we're going to have to, which is kind of do some leveling, and because I can see where there's a sag here, and we don't want this sag. We want to lift this up to where it'll actually work. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, and we have to fix our problems. So at that point, guys, we're going to get ready. We're going to start working on this, and we'll start tearing off the roof. But if you have any questions about the pump or how we got it set up, feel free to ask in the comments down below, and I'll return it as soon as I get it, and kind of give you guys an idea of what you can do for your homestead, or take some pictures and send me some pictures. Don't forget, we got a Facebook page. I have my private Facebook. You can contact me through there. A lot of people do contact me and ask me questions, but let's get to work now. We got a lot to do today, and we got to take advantage of it. It's supposed to be 60 right now, and it's only going to get a high of 70, so perfect day to be doing this stuff. So let's get to work. All right, guys, so we're back. We're doing our thing. We're getting our setup down here. I'm going to have to pull all these screws out, take these lights down, lift this top. We got a lot of stuff to do. So I'm going to get working on that right now. All right, so this is the back side of our pump house. This is our gasoline Insta hot tank. Now during the summer we have it set where the S is the shower and the D is the dishes, so we know where to keep our temps at during the summer. And we haven't really got set up for winter. These are our 2 drain lines that I drain the lines every day during the winter time. We take a shower, we drain them, we're done. That way we don't have to worry about freeze. It doesn't expand in there, and it doesn't screw our Insta hot tank up. All right, so I had to pull this off. And we'll just set this over here. And I got to be able to get up there to take that part of that roof out. This is our line that's running from our pump to our tote, which is right here. And that's not going to be there for long because I got to get this water ran. We do carry gas down here, but I'm hoping eventually I have that inside, and then we can run it up, hook it in, and we'll be good. This whole thing will come off. We won't have to worry about that anymore. It's really a lot when you're doing this because you have to figure out as you go along, and as things come, problems come, you can't get discouraged. You just have to push through them. Always remember that. Whenever you feel like you get discouraged, just step back a little bit, wait a little while, and then go back to it, and then you'll work it out. For some God reason, thanks to some godly reason, you seem to always think it and figure it out. I know I have here a lot of stuff. As you can see, I hadn't painted the back side of the house because we had trees and everything here. But now that we had the dozer in here and cleared it all out, I can get up here and get that painted. I'm hoping to get that done before winter and get it sealed up real good. It'd be nice. But it's done really well. I'm really shocked. I mean, this place it's been a home. For right now, it's been a home. So, well, I got to get this 55-gallon drum out of the way. This is one of our holding units. I was going to run gutters down the side of the tiny home to catch water, and then Amy said, nah, let's not do that right now. Let's focus on some other stuff. So that got put on hold, but we might still do that to water the flowers and bushes that we're going to plant around the tiny home. That should give me enough reach. I hope it gives me enough reach. Alright guys, so we got it finished, we're done. Whew. Took a while, but we finished it. I'm happy now. I replaced the roof line, I did all the work up above, I got everything sealed up, there's no more leaks, it's one solid piece now. We did piece it together when we first built the pump house. It was in a rush. We got our holding tank out here that holds our water. We got our gasoline pump that runs our shower, and we have drain valves on the bottom of that pump. Make sure that you set it up with drain valves, or it'll freeze, crack, and you won't have any hot water. Make sure to open those up when you know it's going to freeze. Let the water drain out. When you need to use it, close it up, start it up, you're good to go. We got our propane down below. Now this right here setup that we have now is going to be temporary only. I plan on eventually, by hopefully the first of the year, having our hot water system and our water system all hooked up inside the pump house. That's why I call it a pump house. We'll have our pump house, we'll have our system set in there, our lines all hooked up for our water, and then this will be all taken care of. Now, I'm going to take you over here. It's going to get a little loud because we've got the generator going, but in a previous video, I put in this line. This is our well line that comes in, and we're going to 90 it in. We'll have it insulated, boxed in so it doesn't freeze, and then we'll put our plumbing on the wall. I want to make sure that we got enough plumbing to run the whole entire place. You know, I got a sink and bathrooms and showers and all that stuff to run. We'll get into that in another video we'll have coming up. But I've finished all this. I've redone it, tore it all down, put it back together, and it's working great. I mean, not as dry can please. Actually, it's sealed up better now than it was when we built it the first time. You know why? Because I figured out my mistakes and I fixed them. Woo! That sun is bright today. So I'm getting the pump house done. It's finished, it's good. Everything works like clockwork. Works very well. It'll do us for right now. It'll get us through for the winter. Now, summer is going to be upon, well, spring and summer will be upon us here in about 6 months. And some big major jobs will start then. We're going to have jobs all year. I mean, we're not, this year is not going to be a lull year. We're going to keep going. We're going to be full forced. We're deciding if we want to get another shed out here. We'll know that in about 30 days. And if we do, then you guys get to see us do the construction on that one too. So, well, at that point, guys, like I said, sorry about the generator. It's loud. Pump house is finished. The roof's on. It works perfectly. No problems. I got a gradual of a half bubble slope from back here where the roof edge comes down all the way to the end. Runs off nice and smooth. It's not holding water. Is exactly what we wanted. Well, at that point, guys, I'm out of here. God bless. You know, check us out. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends and family about us. And hey, you know, we'll try to help you out as much as we can. We hope our videos are getting better. We hope you're enjoying our videos. And hey, there's a lot more of them. You should see when we first got here what this place looked like. You wouldn't believe it. All right, guys. Well, I just want to thank you a lot for watching the video. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, that like button, hit that bell notification. And hey, the pump house is done. It's ready. We fixed it. We fixed all the layers that we had in it. We're good to go. Ready for winter. Here we come. God bless, guys. Till next time.